Steely from Battle Creek, Michigan, and I'd like to share my story with you. In 1982, I graduated from the University of Michigan Dental School and came back to my hometown, Battle Creek, purchasing the practice of my family dentist. He was headed back to Loma Linda University to begin a teaching career that spanned quite a number of years. In my practice, it was a large crown and bridge practice, and I purchased the practice with a classmate of mine, believing that technical dentistry was the way to go. We did all kinds of crown and bridge, but discovered we really didn't know how to manage the business. So after going through a couple of management programs over the years, I bought my partner out and continued the practice on my own. I felt that technical dentistry was the way to go because I feel like dental school taught me the basics but didn't teach me enough to be really good, and I really wanted to learn crown and bridge and occlusion quite well. So doing a lot of crown and bridge, going through the Pankey Institute, and spending time learning technical dentistry was, I felt, the way to go. I burned out at about 10 years into practice and thought, I think I want to do academics now. So I applied for a program at the University of Kentucky in orofacial pain and was admitted to a mini fellowship, which consisted of traveling to Lexington 1 day a week for 35 weeks. It was a fabulous year. I learned a lot. I enjoyed academics and enjoyed practicing the orofacial pain TMJ portion of that, but knew I had to come back and practice dentistry in my practice. So coming back, I continued down the technical road, learning cosmetic dentistry, endodontics, occlusion, etc., and building a new office at the same time. Once we moved into the new office, things got very, very busy, and we had 8 staff members, and I seemed to be running from room to room to room to room, chasing after 2 and 3 hygienists, doing my crown and bridge, and then having the assistants finish up the cases for me, and trying to figure out exactly what I was going to do. In about 1999-2000, I was told that I should really take the bioaesthetic continuum and really learn about form and function, under the guidance of Chuck Wold and Barry Hilligan. In that continuum, Dr. Schuster came to Michigan and did the continuum with us. So he and I had a chance to spend a little time together and get to know each other. And I discovered what I was really missing was the one-on-one interactions with my patients. We had that in dental school, and I remember thinking about the oral diagnosis clinic at University of Michigan, where I spent 2 and 3 hours with a patient and really digging deeply into what their medical history was and those kinds of things. And I kind of lost that at this stage of the game. With my career kind of moving along, being late 40s, early 50s, I was thinking about, what am I going to do with the rest of my career, and decided to get with Dr. Schuster, learn the management, and got time, money, people all under control, and discovered that the one-to-one relationship with my patients was the most important thing. And when we did that, when we spent time in the new patient process, when we spent time even in the hygiene room discovering what their wants and needs were, it made all the difference in the world in our practice. Now, even though we are so highly technically trained, a lot of what we do is spending time with people, helping them grow, helping them figure out what their goals are, how healthy do they want to be, and then really working hard to get them there. I've also discovered that as I've watched my son finish up dental school at Loma Linda and have him put some of these principles to work, we've had great conversations, and he's learned some of the principles that we do in our practice. He's able to put one-to-one relationship building into practice in dental school, and people respond to that. He's doing more cases, bigger cases, on less people, and discovering how he really wants to practice. I believe that my story is typical of lots of dentists. It's just I had the opportunity to discover what it is that really makes my world tick, how I do dentistry, and what's really good for me. And I have the joy of working with 5 wonderful team members, one patient at a time, one room at a time, and having people get as healthy as they want to get. It's fun to really watch them progress and do what they want. I would highly encourage you, if you're at all thinking about relationship-driven dentistry, that you spend time learning about one-to-one dentistry and one-to-one relationships. Hope you have a great opportunity in this class. One-to-one relationships is what